Two months. Two for now. So you can make it.
No, 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 it don't break. It's slack.
Oh, no, it's not slack, it's tight.
Wow, okay. Good morning, everyone, and welcome again for race number 6, Lion back, well, first one back twice. Of course, we apologize for the late start. Thank all those who made it possible. The Dominican Olympic Committee, our co-sponsor, of course, Josephine Gabriel Company Limited, HH Research and Company Limited, our other sponsors, my boy, thank you so much. Of course, Ronald Charles and the
All right. Okay, and of course the Dominica Police Force, the Traffic Department, Red Cross volunteers, Kyrie FM and St. Alfonso Scout Troop. We want to thank everybody for being here. We're just going to have a short prayer before we traverse. And of course, thank you.
Good morning. Let's bow our head and pray. Father, we thank you for the day. This is the day that you have made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. Lord, as we go on this journey to Layo and back, we ask, Lord, that you protect the riders from any incidents. Make sure that you give the wisdom to the oncoming traffic road users. Let them know that the race is on. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Thank you. Before we come down, tell the police come at the front.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and we are here with race number 6 of the Dominican National. It's going to be from Boys Bar to Glow Show Layo and back. And then we have another turn where we turn and go back to that venue down there at the Glow Show, have a turn and come back up here at Boys Bar at the finishing line. We are now at the starting line of the race. It's a beautiful Sunday morning. A lot of people, the traffic has started really building up because we are now just after what, 9 o'clock? Start building up here, and it's 9:35 now, and we are hoping to have a quite a beautiful race because the cyclists on show this morning. Trying to get the list of them here. Elite category, we have Gibson Marius, Kubanski Fizemi, Stephen Cabon, and Isel Green. In the Masters category, We have Levi Baron and Ronald Charles. In junior, we just have Ross Samper. So it's gonna be about a 40 miles race from Marbois Bar here to Layo and back. And I was telling you, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. A lot of cloud is drifting, I say from the east to the west, but the sun is shining brightly here at they finished the starting line and they're off. The race is on. As I seen some of these senior guys, they call them the masters, Levi Baron and Ronald Charles, making their way forward at the head of the Palafan here. Police escort, we got a motorbike police escort. We have another vehicle, which is a car. We have the support of the ambulance services here, and a number of volunteers on the route. We're just easing past the port. This is the Woodbridge Bay Harbor. That's the Dominican major port. Other incidents here actually during the week where a young man lost his life. So condolences to the family. We have them in our prayers. As we're looking at some of the races that the races that was held not too long ago. The last one was on June 21st. That was the national race. And it starts from Marbois back to Layo and back. The elite, in the elite category, we had first place was Coav Baron, second place was Pat Gitino. The under 23, first place was Stephen Cabon. In junior position, the first place was Ross Simper. In the masters category, the first place went to Levi Baron, second place to Ronald Charles, and third place, Ezekiel Royer. So as we go in now, we'll give you a summary of the other races that have been held for the year. As the riders now intensify their speed and attack. They say now they're basically going on the attack, seeing who really can outpace each other in that race here. Marius, I can see Marius at the head of the pack. Izel Green is at the back, just with Francis, not Francis, Ronald Charles. Gibbs Marius is being again led by Kobinski. That's Phil Zemi. Kobinski have been racing a number of races over the past 2 or 3 years, that he's building up his momentum, he's building up his strength. Marius himself has been a very staunch competitor. I don't think I have lost I don't think Coav Baron is in this race today, because I think he's on training out of Dominica somewhere overseas, as he's preparing for a big race in Canada. We call this race in Canada, where he'll be taking part in attending the World Championship in September this year. He will represent Dominica, so Cohaf is out of state doing some much needed practice and training and getting the right technique so that he can compete at the world stage level in Canada. Some general information on cycling news really, where Stephen Cabon and Ross Samper, these two guys have just came back from the UCI satellite training camp in Cova, Trinidad and Tobago. Leaving the island, they left the island on the 29th of June. So they are also in this race, so let us see what in terms of their training and their exposure to new technique, whether they can apply that here today. Also, Levi Baron, Ronald Charles, and Izel Green, they are attending the John T race in Antigua at the beginning of July. 2026. So some activities have been going on in cycling, and that's why I'm saying at trying to get more of the mountain bikers and the guys that love cycling in the communities to come together, form like a cycling clubs, and participate in those activities that the Cycling Association has been setting up, because there's a lot of opportunities for you all in that sport. We just staying around the area of auto trade, Big W, as we approach the bridge down here. But this is the Bowie River Bridge. Bowie River, you know, this water is emanating from a lake higher up in the Cochrane area. So it actually down in the Kenfield area, that is the closer to the mouth of the river. So the bridge there, we have just crossed it, and we are going on to move to the Kenfield area, just around the old mill in Kenfield. Riders still bundled together, they bunch together, the Palafan is close together, working their way. I think Baron is in the lead. Levi Baron working in the Masters category. And all at the back of him, we have Marius Kobansky, and I think Samper, Ross Simper. Also have Carbon and Ezel Green. We just passing the Kenfield roundabout now. This Kenfield Airport is the terminal to my left. Fire department station is also located there. And as we approach the bridge down there by the old warehouse disco, that is River Estate area. So we passing the Massac School on the right. So we are along the Eolibla Highway. This highway is big. Traverse from Roseau to reach the town of Portsmouth, and it's one of Dominica's major highway, right on the west coast of Dominica. Bordering is the Caribbean, the Caribbean Sea. So back to the race, I figure high up in the foreground there. Turn around a bend, let's see who is taking the lead. I think it's simple, Ross Simple. It looks like he's wearing that yellow jersey. Followed by Ronald Charles, Kobinski, really passing through the tight community of Massac now. So we send a message to our motorists. There's a race on. We're racing between my boys bar to reach Layo, and I could hear the siren of the police announcing that race is on as they're working their way up. Marius, Kobinski, Samper, Ronald Charles. I think Ezel Green is way up front. We need Stefan Cabon. Levi Baron, they are at the head of the pack of that peloton. As we work our way for the first major climb here There's a climb here at Massac heading towards the cemetery, as the Massac cemetery on the left-hand side, Catholic Church on the right, a little bit distance up on the hill. So a beautiful scene here this morning. Is a little bit of grey sky. I think we have a lot of Sahara dust in the sky because the humidity is still quite hot here, high humidity. But in terms of the brightness of the sun is under some cover. We just passed in Ross Sampa. You see Levi Barron as they head downwards. His riders are having. The riders actually dancing on the pedals as they go up the hill there. It's like a tight spot to try to go up that first turn to Mao. The corner of it would be one scope. The first part of Mao, the community up on the hill. And I think Ezel Green has made his way downhill, followed by Kobinski, Baron and Levi again charging downhill. They're pedaling their way downhill now, and I suspect this is gonna take them right down to the Mao Flat, down to the Credit Union area. Pretty heavy piece of traffic coming up in the Mao area. You know, Mao is a tight spot. And we're just calling on motorists to be careful. There's a cycling race on. Got a police escort right at the front. And Baron is trying to work his way in. He's now in the 4th position as there's a little spread between Ezel Green. Ross Sampa is right on his heel. And I think it's Stephen Carbon riding hard and furious, trying to see whether he can get shake off Levi Baron, the Masters. We know in the Magic area, the Magic mat area, there's a blast on the side. Quite a bit of traffic here jamming up here in Maho, but I think we have cleared that zone. Maho has been looking quite lively today. They say the tongue and the village had never sleep. Well, during the day you expect more people to be traversing the road that pass through that community. As we make our way to the Belfast area now, just passing the Belfast factory, making that turn here around the Belfast Old Mill. Police escorts. There's 4 riders really close in close proximity to each other, maybe about 2 or 3 bicycle wheels away. I think it's Ezel Green in the lead. Carbon is next to him. Carbon is in the 4th position. Levi, the old master, is sticking close to them. Levi Baron, they always maintain. Very fierce competitor. I was saying that there was a number of races that were held earlier in the season. On the 17th of May, we had a race from Marbois to Qualio and back. Ezel Green was in the 1st place in the elite category, and Kobinski Filzemi is 2nd place. He leads again. In the Masters category, there was Ronald Charles, 1st place. Desmond Prosper was in 2nd position. And then there's a race on the 10th of May. This is from Marbois Bar to Layo and back twice. Koa Baron in 1st place. elite. Ezel Green the second place again in elite category, and Kubenski Fields Amy is third place position. So it's been a tight spot here. Masters again, Ronald Charles, Desmond Prosper is second place. And the mountain category there, we had Radian Felix in the first place. As they make their way on the flat of Jimmy, that's in the Hartford area, Hartford estate area. We just around the gas station. In front of like 4 riders are very close together here. I think it's Ezel Green is in the first place. He's leading the pack. Carbon outside on the right in the fourth position, neck and neck with Samper, and at the back of that pack is Levi Baron. As they work their way up the come to me area, another hard climb. This is the second hard climb there as the pedal their way up. Riders here have to have a lot of skills, stamina, endurance really, going up these tight hills. So come to me, that will take them up to the leper home area in Taro, where they'll have a decent climb that will take them way up to the bridge at Hillsborough. I'm looking in the background for any riders I've not seen. Because I think we started with 7 and I only have 4 at the front. Ross Semper, and they just come from some training really, and I would like to see the guys that came from training, Stephen Carbon and Ross Semper. They are in that pack there. So Carbon, like a stout rider, is like a what do you call him? Is like a pocket destroyer, being strong. They already have made that climb with Ezel Green in the lead. Yeah, I think the 6th race of the cycling season is on. We had a national race, the Dominican National Cycling Race, on the 21st of June. That was a major race where they moved from Marbois Bar to Layo and back. And in first place here we had Coav Baron. Coav was in the first place in the elite category. In the second place position was Pat Gratitude. On the 23 position, first place was Stephen Carbon. And the juniors, first place was Ross Semper. In the masters category, we have first place Levi Baron, second place Ronald Charles, and the third place position was Ezekiel Rouillet. So that was the national race, which was run by Coav Baron. As I turn away my attention back to the race here at hand, we just passed the community of Taro. Taro is just waking up. I see a couple of people dressed for the church service. Maybe are waiting buses to take them to their respective churches. As we work our way downhill, police escort is trying to slow down some of the drivers, alerting them to the scene that there is a race on. And the Parafana 4 still remain tightly bunched together. And I am looking for the rest of the pack. There is nowhere to be seen. It's almost like about 2-3 miles away. We are riding along the Caribbean coast here. Beautiful Caribbean Sea, well settled. Almost looking like a glass today. No really disturbance on this thing. It's a good day to go to the beach, so people that have some time, they in the afternoon, we have some beaches not too far away. Layo, there's a good one at Layo. There's one at Meru. There's a surprise beach in St. Joseph. Battley also have another beach. As you're going down the coast to the Picard area down there, Coconut Beach. That used to be one of my favorite beaches. I went there the other day, I see this coming back. It was really ravaged by Maria. But it's making a comeback. And then way down by the big cabins down there. Bellol Beach. Again, we are just sending out the message to motorists. There's a cycling race on, the 6th cycling race of the season, which is going to take us to Glow Show in Layo down there in the Layo Park area. And we're hoping that everybody can just skip to their lane and be on the alert, because there's cycling on the race there today, this Sunday. We are on radio in terms of 91. 101.1, 107.1, 93.1, 91.1 FM, 88.7 FM. Also, we can listen to, watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and YouTube TV. So, different frequency and different outlets where you can really view the race and hear the race. It's on here. As we're making our way towards the Hillsborough Bridge. Hillsborough, on this bridge here is the crossings, the Layo River, one of the biggest river in Dominica. I think it's it should be the longest river in Dominica. There are 2 bridges here that traverse that river. It's a very wide. I can see the Layo River is wiggling its way down with the road, because the road was designed along the river bank. And the 4 riders are bunched together here. We have not seen the other riders. We are thinking we have Ronald Charles in that park. They are maybe about 3-4 miles at the back. But the peloton here, the peloton, which is 4 of these riders: Ezel Green, Stephen Carbon, Ross Semper, and our masters Levi Baron, keeping up with these youngsters here. Stephen Carbon, just about 2 wheels away, and Semper another wheel away, and right on his heel really. They call it Layo River Hotel. There was a construction that was in progress here. And right now it is covered basically vegetation. Just to tell you how quickly Dominica Forest can rejuvenate itself. Because this area was cleared and had there some massive concrete structures here. And if you pass through there now, there's no sign of it. So we're heading towards the York Valley Valley, which is about maybe 20, 30 meters away. And Ezel Green continues to lead. So that's where the bridge is, where they're gonna make a turn. The Glow Show, I can see some people on the river having some river hot baths on the river. You also have a cold area where you could, after you soak in this hot bath, you can also have a cold dip. So it's a very interesting thing. As the cyclists are taking some water here, we're making a turn. And heading back towards my boys' bar. Remember, we can have the drainage system be cleared and so that the road itself can be even more freer for driving and the drainage system be cleared and so that the road itself can be even more freer for driving and doing other activities like cycling and motorcycling. This is an area where there are a lot of motorcyclists. Maybe they can come and express themselves here. Sometimes they, with the community making a lot of noise, if they are in these areas there, they don't care disturb nobody. Oh yeah, we just see Ronald Charles up the way. The ambulance also is on his heel. Ronald Charles, I must say, is very fit. It's very critical in this race, in this type of sports. You have to maintain your discipline. You have to maintain your stamina, your endurance, and keep working at it all the time. I think Ross Sampa has opened a lead already on the attack there. Sampa is the junior champion, and he's now leading the pack. Opening even attack, try to move away from the pack. See, he's pulling up on the side. I don't know if he's following his bicycle chain. But he has slowed down a bit. Levi trying to work with the youngster Sampa. I was watching the Tour de France actually this week, and when I observed the riders ride in teams. He doesn't ride by themselves. So they have a team of 6-7 of them riding, and they pace each other. They would give somebody opportunities to lead, and then they take interchange and let the other person lead. There's a group of support staff. They ride with their bicycles, spare wheels. You understand? So it's like it's a whole team that do that riding. Right, sometimes when Dominicans, when a Dominican rider go out to compete in the national meet, most time he's alone. You understand? But these riders actually they ride in a formation of a team, working together. But again, you cannot get this thing done where if you don't have a lot of riders. You have to build teams. So we have a community like Mao. Mao can have a team. Masang have a team. You understand? The St. Joseph have a team. Roseau, Pottersville area, you have a team. So come on, youngsters. These are opportunities that you have to see the world and participate in a lot of meet, get education, get training, get educational skills, and it's just open a way for you. Passing them just by a crusher or what? This is that's the asphalt plant. This Jarakan asphalt plant on the 11th side. As we heading towards the Hillsborough Bridge. Hillsborough Bridge is just around the corner. When they take that turn, they'll be one of the major employee owner on that part of the island, where the people of Layo, Sedgersif, and Taru used to come here to work. Bruno, you had hundreds of workers on this estate. It was big business. The plantation system. So we're going through Hillsborough Estate. And now it's basically abandoned. Is very few crops on this piece of land. I also say that that could be a very good area for a massive stadium. This is one area where we put a stadium in that hot here along this river. Yeah. There's a couple, a stadium complex. So, but anyway, there's one being built at Point Wrong. So we will soon have the track and field, and I think they also have to attach with a swimming pool. So the athletes and the swimmers can get opportunities to practice and hold some national meets. Recently we had the Windsor Park also being lit. We had a situation where they have installed lights there at the National Stadium in terms of at Windsor Park, and we're hoping to see the benefits that can accrue from that kind of investment. Because we need to see more international cricket, international football. We have some basketball going on in the area of Massac. So the sporting infrastructure is being developed so that we can see a difference. Because when you put the infrastructure, that you will get more and more people gravitating towards the sports and really trying to find out where the position in the world, which sports they really want to be major in. Cricket, football, basketball. Now we have sports like cycling. As I'm saying that frequency on radio here, Kyrie FM 107.1 on 93.1, that always FM, 91.1 FM and 88.7 FM. You also can join us on the Facebook page and the YouTube TV. Siren is playing in the foreground so that the upcoming traffic can be alerted as we turn around this blind corner at the Belfast area. We spin round now passing the Zaman Park. From Zaman Park, we're going to pass Nicky's Bar. That's where we usually play our dominoes. Jimmy, that is the practice house. And he must tell you, Fet Maho is coming on. So you have a number of activities that will be taking place in Maho in the next week or two. So you need to get yourself Okoa. Some big jams going to be being held in Maho. The Feast of St. Anne. Siren is blowing at the back, so alerting the people as we go through Maho, a pretty tight area of Dominica. There's quite a lot of people lining up the streets there in Maho. Onlookers egging on the cyclists as they're moving past again the Credit Union area in Maho. As we leave the Maho market, the Maho fish landing spot on my right, that's an area there's always fish, so anybody that needs. And then you have Levi. And then you have Levi. And young Sampa trying to see whether he can keep up with that trio there. Sampa and I think they're just coming from some training. It's Carbon and Ross Sampa. Yeah, Ross Sampa and Carbon. They just came from Trinidad. A training camp in Trinidad in Cova, Trinidad and Tobago. They went there on the 29th of June. Came back somewhere last week. They said they had a very good experience here. And then you can see that they're really applying some of the statics and this trying to learn on this training. The statics and this trying to learn on this training. Carbon and Israel Green again on another hard climb as we climb up to the Massac area, the Massac Cemetery. And Green is Ross Semper, Ross the youngster, the junior rider. And to my right, I can see the beautiful Caribbean Sea. Caribbean Sea look very calm today, inviting for bathing. So the sea bathers, the seagoers, they'll have a good day today. It's a bit hot now. The sun is a bit shining through, but I see a lot of cloud cover, looking like Sahara dust is in the air. So you have the weather looking a bit hazy. But humidity is still high. And they're going downhill now. There's a descent. Green working his way downhill. Closely followed by Carbon. Carbon on his heel is Levi Baron. And Sampa just rolling at the rear of the pack. So the Palavan is making their way rapidly through the community of Massac. Just past the MAMS area, the training center and the basketball facility at Massac, and we are on our way. as the peloton moving very rapidly. The peloton, they're moving very rapidly on their way to Marbois Bar. And it's between here and Marbois Bar. Basically, I'll give them about 2 to 3 minutes. As they pedal, they will quickly to reach down there. It's basically a piece of flat, no real obstacle in that area. Very busy Sunday, I must say. Traffic is coming on quite hectic on that piece of Eolibel Highway. Ezel Green has maintained that lead. He continues to ride. Green attended the John T. race in Anguilla at the beginning of July 2026. So Ezel Green is no slouch. He's growing and growing. I've seen his development over the past 3-4 years, and I will think he's on his way to becoming a national champion very soon. Levi Baron and Ronald Charles also attended that John T. race in Anguilla this year. That was in July of this year. I'll tell you, Kohav Baron is not in the race. Kohav Baron will be attending the World Championship carried for September 26, 2026 in Canada. He will be representing Dominica. He's presently training overseas in preparation to Kohav, one of our major elite riders. He's not in that race today. He's out of state. He has been having a good stint, and we're hoping that we're wishing him well in the World Championship. That is a major race will take place in Canada. Going back to some of the races earlier in the year, on the 10th of May 2026, we had a race from Marbois Bar to Lyon back twice. In the elite category, Kohav Baron first place, Ezel Green second place, and Kubensky Fields Amy third place. In the Masters, Ronald Charles got the first place, Desmond Prosper second place. In the mountain category, we have Radian Felix in the first place. On the 12th of April, from Marbois Bar to Canefield Airport and back, in the elite category, we had Kohav Baron in the first place, Kubensky Fields Amy in the second place, while Stefan Carbon was in the third place. In the Masters category, Desmond Carbon, the first place, Levi Baron, the second place, and Ronald Charles was in third place. The mountain categories, Pat Gratito was the first place. The under 15, he had Linus Williams from the Kalinago territory in first place. The junior champion at the time was Ross Simper, first place. Women category, Rachel Simper. And then in the BMX, Dailina Brumant was in the first place. So there have been quite a number of activities going on for the year in terms of cycling. There's 6 races going on. And cycling really is a sport on the swing. And that's why we send invitation to more of the young riders around Dominica to get themselves involved in a team, work themselves and work with the Cycling Association to see how they can really become elite riders in the world. As we make our way back to Mamboy's Bar, we are now under the Mondaniel Cliff on the old Blood Highway. Ezel continue to maintain the lead. Carbon is really on the next to him, keeping close to him. Levi, Baron in the master category is in the fourth position. And Baron continue to maintain that position. And at the back of him is Ross Simper. Ross Simper is trailing in the fourth place here. So that little peloton of riders continue to work their way to the first turn. The first turn at Mamboy's Bar. That will be round one. And they will be looking to do a second round. A second round that will take them to York Valley and then back to Mamboy's Bar. Yes, we're in the Fokole area, just by the Fokole bus stop. Green trying to accelerate. Carbon still on his trail, just about a wheel away that time. As Carbon and Green, I don't know if they've been working a scheme there today, just maintaining a very close position in terms of the positioning. Green, Carbon, Sampa is taking in the fourth position. Baron as he's up and moving to the fourth place position. But Ezel Green starting to accelerate here as he working his way towards the first turn at Mamboy's Bar. Green closely followed by Stefan Carbon. Ross Semper in the fourth position. And the veteran Levi Baron in the fourth place position. As Green now, just maybe about 20 feet away from the turning point here, the first turn. Make it one route, one. Yeah, you just go around the circle now. We can see the sign here, race in progress. Dominica Cycling Association, and they head their way back out again to reach the trying to find themselves back, right back to the York Valley area. I'm not seeing Ronald Charles, neither. The backbenchers are coming up here. Ronald Charles, Gibbs Marius, and Kobinski Filzemi. They are nowhere to be seen, so let us see where we might catch him up as we make in that second turn, that second wrong there, wrong number 2. So wrong number 1 basically is Ezel Green, Carbon, and Samper. Baron in the masters category. go back to our we have to go back to our sponsor list here. Dominica Olympic Committee, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. You also have a silver sponsor, there's only gold sponsor at the top. HSB Research and Company, that's a silver sponsor. Some other sponsors here, Boys Bar, Ronald Charles and Associate, Law Chambers. Special thanks to the Dominica Police Force, particularly the Traffic Department, the Red Cross, volunteers, Kyrie FM, and St. Alphonsus Scouts Troop. As we head forward again, and we are just under the Mount Daniel Cliff. I think it's Ross Samper who's taking the lead there. Ross Samper in the lead. Green in the second position. Stephen Cabon is in the third position. I think Levi Baron has dropped out or what? He's still at the back. Ronald Charles just making his way past us. So Ronald Charles is basically about 3 miles away from the finish line. So he has a lot of work to do to catch up. I've not seen Gibson Marius. Marius seems to be struggling. And there was another one, Sentemi. I haven't seen Sentemi much on this track. As they have given the lead to Young Samper. The national race from Mamboys to Layu and back on the run on the 21st of June 2026 was won by Coaf Baron. In the elite category, first place was Coaf Baron, and the second place was Pat Ratico. On the 23 position, first place was Stephen Cabon, and in the juniors category, the first place was Ross Samper. In the masters, first place was Levi Baron, Ronald Charles, second place, and third place, Ezekiel Roye. So that was the national race. And it was quite an interesting race. But we don't have Coaf in this race here today. As I tell you earlier, Coaf is out on training. He'll be participating in a meet somewhere in September in Canada. That's the World Championship racing. Now we're passing through this historical spot there, the old mill, the Canefield Old Mill, once a sugar mill. I've been converted into a cultural center. And we're heading north, as we're heading north, past Miniers. On the left, you would be next major area would be the Canefield Airport. As the cyclists accelerated further, the Parafan is getting to be a little bit thinner. It's now free. The free riders bunched together as they were heading down north through the communities of Massac, Maho, Jimit, Taru, and they would turn right into the Layu Valley area to York River Bridge. Yeah, we heading back down the west Libra Highway down for the massacre area. On this Sunday morning, it's a beautiful Sunday morning. A good breeze blowing across right now. I mean, it must be over 20 knots. We go 20 miles per hour. Sometimes the wind velocity makes riding easy or it can make riding difficult. As they going through the massacre area now. Stephen Carbon in the lead. Why is that, man? Carbon is working his way uphill now. There's a tight climb, trying to go out to the Massacre Cemetery. And then it's followed by we have Sample, we have there's one there. Baron, you know. No, Ross, not somebody. Green, Ezel. But we just writing something at the back of him, red thing. But on his head. Put me up there. Baron is locked. Huh? So Carbon continue to lead down the area downhill. We up trying to conquer this climb on as they go to reach Monscope in the Mao area. First community on the right of Mao. For the Monscope, they could see the whole of the community from that angle. Heading downhill now at a rapid pace. Passing Larry Piketty now. There's Carbon. Right on his heel is Baron followed by Sampa. And this is very interesting here. Because I've not seen my other he has dropped out of the race. But here in Maho, tight traffic. Riders wiggling their way around some of the traffic here. Yeah, we're just working. We passed the credit union in Maho, right on the Maho flat here. The jaw drop bar. We just passing there. As the riders, the peloton of free riders sticking together, making their way downhill, making their way through this flat of Maho. Very occupied piece of real estate here on this Maho highway, full of people performing different functions, moving along their business on this Sunday morning. As we have cleared that area and we now on the last end area, they call last end bar by Nicky area there, just the public convenience. And we can attend to maybe see we can pass the sharp corner at Belfast. Belfast Estate have been doing some renovation on this old mill building. It's looking quite impressive now. It's the land of soca and baby. Why you do that? It's right at Belfast. So Stefan has just reduces his speed and he's working his way within his pace, followed by Baron and Samper. Strong breeze blowing across that area there now. Pretty high wind. Cyclists have to battle with the wind also. We are having a race on this road, the 6th race of the National Cycling Association for 2026. And we call on motorists to be careful, be cautious. We are in the Jewett area. Be cautious and be careful. We do not want to accident on this road here. Ross Samper riding his way out now. You could see he's using some of his tactics that he learned from that camp. Always challenging the leader, interchanging and taking the lead, working his way. We are in the Jewett area, where they call it a Platt Jewett. You get a gas station there. There's a big shelter building on my right. Because some commercial areas in that Jewett area. Chances also down there that's the home where children get another opportunity that they can have a new lease on life. Your special good morning to all the inmates at Chances as we work our way uphill now. We're going up the Come To Me area. Ross Samper in the lead, Carbon in second position, and third position is Levi Baron. The riders now have a challenge really to climb up this steep hill that will take them up to the Mount Harbert area and then have a descent into Taro. So you have to be able to pace the race, you have to be able to have endurance and strength and know when to apply certain technique on this route. When to attack, when not to attack. Baron seems to be quite a good climber. He's working his way uphill. Ross Samper again is quite strong. And the pocket battlefield guy, call him Stefan Carbon, continue to work his way up. Look very strong, very tough. I haven't seen Ezel Green. He dropped out of the race. He was the first past the post when he did the turn by Maboyd in terms of the first round. But I don't know if he fell out of the race somewhere along the Canefield area, and I haven't seen him since. On the Mount Daniel Cliff. Okay. I hope he's not bicycle trouble yet. Because he was really working his way uphill and working his way downhill properly. Again, this hard cyclists have to combat it with high breeze. Strong wind blowing across to the Caribbean Sea. Beautiful sunshine, the weather is looking nice. Bit overcast, but I don't think it's more Sahara dust that is in the sky. But imagine it's notable in this Sahara dust. If you collect in water in barrels, you see the amount of dust that in these barrels. I mean, I don't want to say that this dust is even right Sahara Desert in Africa. End up in Dominica. I mean, so you see what wind can do? Wind direction. And this dust is very toxic. It is not good for people that have respiratory problems. So we don't understand. We breathe in that dust. It's quite a toxic dust. That's why they say people with respiratory problems, asthma people, and people that have problems like bronchitis, they're not supposed to be out there inhaling that dust. Or if they're out there, they need to maybe wear face masks and respirators. So people have to take it serious, because I'm looking in some of the barrels. I have some barrels at home to see the kind of a dust that collected in them. And I wonder if that go into my lungs. You understand? We are now in the Taro area. Small village of Taro. It's a land of mango, lapoame, bitter skin. That's where you can find it. As the riders work their way past the Taro Bridge, on their way towards Hillsborough Bridge. Don't make I must stay to 1 or 2 miles of roads. You must get a couple of bridges on your way. That's why it's so costly to make road in Dominica. Dominica, to make a mile of road in Dominica in compared to a place like Barbados, our price is almost 10 times more. You understand? The place is just flat, they just cut the road and the bull nose. But in Dominica, you have a lot of rivers, ravines, traces of this, traces of that. I mean, sinking one place, and it's not an easy place. So that's why I say Dominica is really a land of, they call it the nature island of the Caribbean. It's not supposed to be a place that you just interfere with. You have to leave it almost like God had made it. It's a nature island. Boy, going for this highway there, this Taro Cliff. And I remember, boy, this cliff was like a track road, you know. They have expanded it and cut on it and opened it over the years. Because long time when you're traveling on them little truck there, on that road there, there's like one little lane road that used to be here. So historical students, I love history. To know your past and know where you're going. Huh? A truck? We should travel by truck. Remember you had 1 ton truck, and a 3 ton truck or a 5 ton truck. So the trucks used to be on the truck. They had some wooden seats, so it's like about, you maybe have what in the 1 ton truck is like about 5 to a seat for, maybe 20 something passengers. Yeah, in some areas it was 1. Like here was always large, so the passage there was big. But under the cliff, both of the cliff, St. Joseph Cliff, and the cliff at the cliff at Canefield. You remember Canefield Cliff used to be very small too, under Mont Daniel, because that was done recently with the Chinese. That opened it up. So over the years, the road infrastructure in Dominica has improved. But I tell him there was a time when a lot of the roads were basically riverbeds, full of stones and holes. We are now arriving at Hillsborough Estate, Hillsborough Bridge. There's two bridges here actually, the Hillsborough bridges, that traverse the Layo River. Huh? Right here? Okay. We're seeing some preparation on the Lebanon side where there's a Gute Dominic competition. Christophine and the other one, Popo. You cook that down nicely, my partner. You put some fig in that, and you have some fish. If it's like a coolie, especially coolie. I love coolie in a broth. Yeah. So one pot when I was in Jamaica. So I used to live with later. So we after school when we come in, we had to cook a pot, and the fastest thing is a one pot. I don't have to cook two pots. So we are back here on this race, and we are going for this area of Layo, which up the Layo River. We're going to the York Valley Bridge. The Glow Show area, actually, they call it a Glow Show, but the bridge really is the York Valley Bridge. You know, so we in the York Valley area too, so that's a crop Dominica, I think, Grump Dominica too, so that's a crop Dominica, I think, Grump Dominica needs to go more into cocoa. What they call cacao. It's very good food. We need to go in massively in terms of tree crops. Now in that area also you saw a lot of oranges, you know, and I know the orange tree. Clack Hall. That Clack Hall used to have some big crafted oranges. Now you can see in Dominica I can see orange. I can eat an orange now. I had this here an orange to buy. Bruno, what happened to my orange trees? Because I'm lacking some things, boy. Yeah, we're going for the area of Layo, the Layo River Hotel. The hotel has not Greystone Hotel, but before Greystone there was a hotel there called Layo River Hotel. Yeah, before Mahmoud time himself, Mahmoud bought it after. But there was big activities going on there. There's a little slight incline that they're trying to wiggle his way up to see whether he can shake off Semper, but Semper is right on his heel. Baron riding quite strong. The senior rider is in the masters category. But that's the importance of training and endurance, because Baron, I saw these guys practically 3-4 times a week. They pass people down the road, gym is going to on their way practicing, maybe reach St. Joseph, reach Lion, and go back up to town. So they have been doing that route quite often and maintaining their endurance, their stamina. But this kind of race is called for endurance and staminas. You can't come into it and just forget where you can just come there once every week or once a fortnight, and if you can just do it. It's a constant thing. You got to keep working your way, keep training, keep building your nutrition. So it's a combination. So we come into the York Valley Bridge. You have not entered the bridge. As the party in waiting, we have some water already extended out for the riders. See if they could really get refreshed as they turn around the race. getting refilled there by Gavin Richards and two of the assistants from the other St. Alphonsus Scout area, Scout Troop area, assisting the riders with some water. Basically, that's a water cut. So we have made the turn and we're heading towards my boys' bar. We should thank the following gold sponsors: Dominica Olympic Committee, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. Our silver sponsor is HFV Witchech and Company Limited. Other sponsors: My Boys Bar, Ronald Charleston Associate Law Chambers, and special thanks go to the Dominica Police Force, the Traffic Department, the Red Cross, the volunteers, Carry FM, and St. Alphonsus Scout Troop. So, special thank you to all these people for putting on efforts here to make this event happen. And we're heading downhill again. This is going down. Quickly, we're heading straight down. I thought we was reaching to the next bridge. It's just flat and it's just hard cycling now. Pedaling hard as you're going down the hill, and some little flats within your way. Then you just, it's a slight incline, and you just keep going. Sampa's taking the lead. It's closely followed by Baron. And to his right is Stephen Carbon. Levi is guiding them, and he just indicated to them two little holes that was in the road surface there to avoid touching them. So you see that he's also guiding them as they're doing this race. These youngsters actually they came for training from Cover in Trinidad, where they did a training in cycling methods and techniques. So they really applying what they learned there the last week or two in Trinidad. They are on the ground now in Dominica, and I can see there's a difference. Sampa looking like he wants to become the next elite champion. But Sampa already is a junior champion. Here again, you have somebody called the Island Man. I just passing by the island there. There's an island in the river where the two branches of the river pass around a piece of land. And we just seen Ronald Charles going up his way. Ronald Charles is just in the Cocoa area in on that Layo Valley Road. Charles himself has been working hard, practicing hard. But today he has been lagging behind as his other master's competitor, which is Baron. Baron working with the two cyclists, the youngsters. I've been coaching them. Gibson Marius just passing us on his way up. Marius, again, have not been training. It was indicating to me that he was down for a while, not feeling well, not really training, so you could see the effect on it on him. Because he's the boy that is very competitive, and he's, and I must say we might be making that thing in record time, because these two youngsters now are really pedaling their way back up to My Boys Bar and they are being coached by Levi Baron. And sometimes that you need to have that sort of assistance, because I was telling you, I was watching the Tour de France, and basically they work together as a team. Most of these people function as a team. A team of riders working together, then there's a support group that rides alongside them, not too far away from them, producing them with spare bikes, spare wheels, water, different things they might require. And while they strategize the race itself, because we have the leader that would give way, let another one take over, you take a rest, and then they work in their way that way. But for Dominica to do that sort of operation, they need to have much more riders on the track, on this road, because you need a team of working together. So that's why I'm calling on these youngsters in the different communities. Put a team of riders together. Get assistance from Dominica Cycling Association. They give you the technical know-how. What you need to do, what you require to do as a cyclist, and the opportunities that are there for you. So young people, you have to decide. There's another sport that you can get yourself involved in, and can put you on the world stage. It can put you in a university also. So you need to be astute. You need to take these opportunities while they are there, while you're young. Not when you're old, you gotta be getting these opportunities. You're young now, you gotta take them. So we are not this cliff, and I feel this cliff, a lot of boulders coming down from it. I don't like who these riders can come out of that cliff fast. So Stefan and Sampa, they continue to work their way up. You just leave the Tara cliffs, because these are cliffs that are kind of dangerous. Quite a number of boulders coming down from them now and then. So you have to, when you're in that area, you have to try and clear it fast. The Tara where I could see the Rodney's Rock. It's a piece of rock that was a historical connotation, where Dominica actually, the British defeated the French, fooling them with that piece of rock. So Admiral Rodney, using his brain, light up the rock, while the French spent all their ammunition on the rock. I think it's a set of ships that was there. Rodney now wait for them down at Portsmouth, Cabris, and he decimated the grass. So that's how Dominica actually became French, English. So he was once a French colony. That's why his history is important. So we are in the Mount Herbert area. There's as I tell you, there's a leper home. Used to be there. You had a disease called leprosy. So the concept at the time was to isolate you and put you in a hospital there. So they would treat you. Right there, where you see that block there. So it was inside in that bush. That is part of it. That's part of it, yeah. That was something like, I don't know if it's a storeroom or something. But the house was inside. There. Yeah, leper, almost like a disease of the skin. Leprosy that wasn't cured. The problem at the time, because you didn't have the right medicine for it. So they used to isolate you. So after they found medicine for it, antibiotics kill it that easily. So that have not been a major problem in the world. You have some countries where it's still occurring, but it's very, very few. Well, it was in the time of in the Bible we had it. When Jesus Christ walked the world, there was diseases. So they used to actually, these lepers, they used to sit, isolate them. So that was the method of control. So if you're not close to me, I can get it. Yes, and yeah, contagious disease. Yeah. So if you sit on the person, the bacteria used to come out of the like it execute out of your flesh. So the watery part of it was contaminated, infectious. Yeah, you could get it. Yeah. So you have some diseases in the world that look right now they have a new one called Ebola. Ebola is now in Africa, in the Congo, and they're not controlling that disease. The people here not adhering to the instructions given by the health authorities as to how to manage that disease. Yeah, apart from that, the WHO is trying their best to help them, but the people, they have a lot of superstition in their head. They say it's not that causing the disease. They still think the disease is being caused by spirits and evil thing. So because you see, man before was thinking when you sick, it was caused by evil, by an evil spirit. So he was not concentrating on what causing the disease, which is a bacteria or a virus. So this is what happened there to the people there. COVID, because of COVID was caused by a virus. People was not just and they had all kind of thing about the vaccines at the time. Vaccine theory, people don't want to take the vaccine, they don't contribute to the vaccine causing disease, causing this, causing that. But if that vaccine was not utilized, you know the amount of millions of people that would have died from that same COVID virus? The COVID virus, they had to speed up that vaccine quickly. Because vaccination is another thing that vaccine don't think are taking short time to develop. But because they already had a history of the type of vaccine, it was easy for them to go to the lab and develop it. And that break the cycle of COVID. Otherwise, even to break that cycle, millions of people would perish. Vaccination have saved lives, boy. People have to understand that. All kind of conspiratory theories, why you're not supposed to use it and why you're supposed to use it. Well, I'm using it. Early o'clock, I get my vaccine. Now we're going forward again in the Pratt Jimmy areas. Just passing other metal shop. Other trucking. As those free riders there, the peloton, they continue to work their way up. We're going up, going to the south part of Dominica now. Heading towards the finish line. Sample seems to be holding his own. Stefan Carbon is right there. And they're being coached by Levi Baron. As we turn away around the bend, heading towards the junction of Warner, the Warner Junction and the highway. What says a beautiful Sunday. Police ready trying to escort them manage the traffic. About asking for water. We are right by the Belfast factory area, around that blind corner there. We're gonna take the turn. As I tell you, construction work is being done here on the old mill. It's looking quite good. You pass the portrait of Nassif here. And you're heading up the Mao area now. I was saying that it was built around it started after the liberation of Dominica, when they got their freedom from emancipation, from slavery. And a lot of these communities developed on the West Coast, where I put a little spot there, take a little spot. Because basically the base side was supposed to be quite hill there as it making this climb. Dances on the pedals and cascading uphill. It's got quite a tight piece of hill here at Monoscope in Mao. And it called for endurance, called for stamina. It called for discipline in your workout. It look like Stephen Carbon is quite a good climber. He continues to climb his Marius, not Marius, Samples has much more energy to climb up the hills, but Carbon continue to work his way up. So the friend gonna get a descent now into the Les Point area. They're riding downhill. Where they're pedaling downhill now, take on that project for cycling. It calls for discipline. Again, Stephen Carbon again, showing me that he's quite good at climbing those steep hills. He continues to work up his way uphill. Traffic continue to get a little bit busier in the day, as I think he's heading towards. What time it is now? But midday? 11:34, is almost means to 12. Traffic is trying to get in a little bit heavier. As we work our way uphill to reach the Massac Cemetery. Carbon going downhill. Past the cemetery, descending now. Past the Fromage area of Massac. And heading down into the area by Mam's Supermarket on the Massac Flat. Oops. Quite tight down there in Massac, but we're getting a free run there as the traffic, upcoming traffic heading downwards. It's pretty tight there on that piece of road. We're passing the Massac indoor facility that was built for basketball, volleyball. netball, all that playing inside there. When you look at some children activity gonna be taking place on my right there and stuff. All of a sudden we are clogged up with traffic, surrounded by traffic, oncoming traffic, in between traffic, outgoing traffic. Well clogged up. Well, I think Sunday now people start moving out. A lot of people go to the countryside on the Sunday, they go to the rivers, they go to the beaches. Huh? Oh yeah, we have football today too. What time is that football? 3 o'clock. The great Spain versus Argentina. Well, I'm a Spaniard when it comes to football. Yamal, that young guy. Look out for him in that match here. Messi, I don't think Messi have legs for that game. Messi having a good run there in his I think his last World Cup. Yeah. England was beaten by Argentina. And I mean that is more than a football game, you know, England and Argentina. Because a war. So but the English coach, I wonder what kind of coach that is. You have a team one up. The man gonna defend. Almost defending the whole half, you know. Argentina had 88% of possession of the ball, you know. So England was just there defending. After he must break through that line. Yeah, too much pressure on your defense. And to my surprise, when they interview him, he say he lose again. He has the same thing. I think you know that place, boy. Well, I think yesterday was an interesting game, third, fourth, and fourth place. England won that game, 6-4. I mean, 10 goals scored in that match, you know. So it's football gala, it's World Cup football. People, like, you can go on and really enjoy that game today. As we're working our way down to the Roseau area, we have still we have in the lead here. It's Stephen Carbon. It's followed by Levi Baron and Ross Simper. Baron has been really coaching and showing them some techniques while they are riding. I think that's very good for these young riders that they have a senior rider with them, giving them the tips of how to manage, how to strategize on the cycling route. I don't know what happened to Ezel Green. I don't know if he got injured or whether his equipment, his bike was non-functional and he couldn't complete the race, but he was having quite a good race earlier because he made the first turn, the first round. He was at almost there from in his first position, right through the first turn by my boy. I'm seeing the Kingdom, Tire Kingdom. I think there's a new place for tires. The old Aquacade. As we turn around the gas station and heading under the Mount Daniel Cliff. I don't know that there might be an area where soon these riders will have to attack and see who where they can come out first in this race. Because they know just about what? Maybe 3 miles out from the winning that winning post. Yes. We'd like to just big up our sponsors again. The gold sponsors, Dominica Olympic Committee, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. The silver sponsor here is HHV Research and Company Limited. Some other sponsors we have is Boys Bar, Ronald Chasson Associate Law Chambers, and special thanks must go to the Dominica Police Force, Traffic Department, Red Cross, the volunteers, St. Alphonsus Scout Troop, and our own Kyrie FM. We have been bringing you this cycling event live on 107.1, 93.1, 91.1, and 88.1. 88.7. 1.7.9? Well, 107.9, 93.1, 91.1, and 88.7. All this is in the FM. Also on Facebook, and also you have also in YouTube television. So, Kyrie FM, I've been carrying cycling for years now. Because we have partnered with the Cycling Association to promote this sport. And now we're heading towards our finish line. Stefan Carbon still in the lead, closely followed by Levi Baron and then Ross Samper in the fourth position. We have really scaled down to the platform of only 3 cyclists, and we have not seen one of our main competitors in that race earlier. That was Isel Green. So we heading onwards. We have just passed the Wavencock area. We're moving to the Fockley area, the fish, really a fish depot right on the right hand side. There's a fish available. So that's a good setup there for the fishing industry, where you can get your fresh fish, really fish on ice, fish that is preserved, that you can buy proper fish, clean the fish, and you sell fish to people that is ready to eat. Yes, so it's a good thing for food safety in Dominica. We're heading again now towards the finish line. The finishing line with Stefan Carbon and accelerating his Levi Baron, telling him to accelerate. And Ross Samper is going forward now. Ross is moving forward. Carbon is still struggling. I think he's going forward now, but Ross is going forward. Now we have a group of motorcyclists coming our way on the other side of the road. Samper and Carbon. Let's see who's going to win this foot race. Carbon and Samper now working their way. But it looks like Carbon is going forward. Carbon heading forward there. He's going towards the finish line. For close here by Samper. It's going to be difficult. And it's Carbon. It's only way I think it's Ross. Carbon really coming first. Second is Ross. So they had a little competition there at the end of the race. And it looked to me like Stefan Carbon came first here. Carbon, I already tell you, is a pocket destroyer, well-built cyclist that can really attack when he knows when to attack. Yeah, it was very nice really on this race. We had the dropping out of my Isel Green And we have to wait to see what is happening on the other side. Whether we're going to follow back for them or what? Hmm? Welcome.
When it's there, alongside him, I can go. I don't like to beat him. To go. That guy is too much. I think never back cross. He's good, but he gets when we try to go alongside him, I can look up and I don't see him. Just go. If I don't need him, I can go down. We take it like
Yes, Stefan, it looks like you are enjoying that race today. What was the impact on the training on that race you got from Trinidad?
Oh, the race?
Yeah.
It was very challenging. And I push a lot. So when I come, I push a lot. So when I come Dominica, I could be a more advanced rider, and I push my way forward to success in cycling.
So you think you and Sample, I see you had a little hard race at the end of the race, the last maybe 10, 20 feet. how you strategize, because I suspect Levi was working with you all the time.
Yeah, the thing is now, it was a little rough for us because the headwinds around Tar Route was very strong, so we had to put ourselves together because we cannot just run. We have to stay one behind the other. But Ross get a cramp, so I had to see if I could push forward and see what I could do. But we were still working as a team, and we make our way through to the finish line.
So you find that working as a team is very important in cycling.
Yes, 100%. Because without that teamwork, you wouldn't succeed, because you cannot just run. You have to have strategies in cycling and tactics for you to win.
So how you find the route itself? But there was a very high wind blowing across the field all the time. How that affected all your cycling today?
Oh, it was strong. The wind was very strong. But as I said, it's the strategies. You cannot just go at the front. You have to have a certain pace and just enter in through the wind and hold a steady pace, but not too fast.
So I wish you well in the future, and I hope you can continue to ride for Dominica.
Yes, sir. Thanks very much.
Camera. Yeah, now talking to Levi Baron, the veteran Levi Baron. I saw you was coaching these two youths there in that race there today.
Yeah, well, honestly, I just want to see what they could do. Because on the second lap, I realized their legs were giving up. I kind of dropped them twice, and then I back off and wait on them. And at the end, I just decided I want to see them sprint. Because remember, I'm not riding in the same category with them. I don't need to beat them. Yeah. So the only person that could beat me is Ronald, and he's about 15 minutes at back of me, so there's no way he's going to catch me. So I just want to see the youth man and them do their thing. They just came out of the training, and yeah, they rode really good. They actually surprised me because the pace they were keeping, I honestly didn't expect them to keep it that long. So that was a good race.
Or you find the training, because they have been exposed to training at the UCI in Trinidad recently, or you find that training impacted the race really today?
Well, to be honest, 2 weeks training is not really going to make much of a difference. But even their little technique, you could tell they had one little technique I know they didn't used to do before. So they were actually riding really good. But when it comes to like whatever they had in terms of the endurance and thing, 2 weeks not really going to improve it that much. But you can tell they have a little technique. So they rode really good. I'm honestly really impressed with what I saw. So that was good.
Now, in terms of the route, how you find the in terms of the wind direction, what effect you think had on that race today?
Oh yeah, especially when we were going, yeah, whoever was at the front was getting it. All right, Green actually did the first lap almost by himself. Yeah. Green was basically leading the race, and well, unfortunately he got a flat, but the wind, yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't know if you were watching, but under the Taro Cliff, I never went at the front. There was no reason. Well, I had no reason to go at the front in any case, but the wind was really strong under the Taro Cliff. Yeah.
Is that Green actually had a flat? That's why he pulled out of the race?
Yeah, he got a flat under the Kenfield Cliff. Yeah, but he was by far probably the strongest person there.
So he had a serious race going on. He maintained his the lead from the start to coming back wrong. Yeah.
Because I actually went up to him a couple of times one time to back it off a bit because I find he was doing too much work, and he and I were on the same team. So I don't want him to get himself tired and then he had nothing left for the final lap. But unfortunately, he got a flat, and yeah, that's just cycling. That's how it is.
But then in terms of the cycling, when you get a flat, how quickly it is to get another bike or change it or get another wheel on?
Well, if you have a bike or another wheel and the vehicle right by you, in a matter of 30 seconds to a minute, you could get changed. But unfortunately, we don't have that. So, yeah, but that's how it is.
Because one of the things I see, I was watching the Tour de France, and I see they working, when they're cycling as a team. You understand? So like I said that you are the coach, so you are coaching those two guys while they ride, you tell them certain thing, and then let one go forward, one go backward.
Yeah, cycling.
I see the team concept very important in cycling.
Cycling is a team sport. Yeah. All right, because I don't even know this. Whenever I am riding with Coaf and I go at the front for a little while, once you go at the front, I back off. If I'm riding with Chess, I do the same thing. Once one of them at the front, I back off. I do the same thing with Green. So Green was trying to stretch the race today, but it didn't really work out. Carbon actually stayed on his wheel pretty good for going up Layo. And going back, probably if he didn't get a flat, he probably would have gone. But he got the flat. And I was trying to tell him, yeah, don't do that, because I know at the last lap, he's going to need his energy. But yeah, Green is strong. And Carbon, yeah, he really impressed me as well. All of them, I mean, Russell's what, 17, 18 years? Give him 2 more years. Yeah, they're going to be good.
Well, Coaf was not that race today. I hear he's out of state practicing for the big meet in Canada soon.
Yeah, Coaf is not here. Really training for the World Championship for September. So he's going to do some serious training and some racing. So, yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Levi. And I think you continue to promote the sport of cycling. You are a veteran and you have a lot of your heart in it. It's good to see that. So. Yeah. All right. All right. When will come? Yeah. Well, listeners and viewers, we're just wrapping up for you the first part of this race. In first position here, you see we had Stefan Carbon, and the second position went to. Wait, find the second position. It was Stefan. Ross Semper came second, but basically Ross Semper was in the junior category, so he's the winner in that category. And the other one would be Stephen Carbon, elite rider. He came first in that first category. Ezel Green got knocked out. His bike got a flat, and unfortunately on the Montanier Cliff, when he was going back to his second time, for his second run, his bicycle got a flat and he couldn't continue with it. The Masters Rally have been won by Levi Baron. Levi Baron, you know, is a veteran, the father of Coab Baron, and he was actually guiding those two riders in that race. So until we bring you back for the closing ceremony, is Scott is telling you goodbye for now.
Wrapped up, so them will be
must admit, race, are you ready? We must admit, race number 6 was one of the most exciting one. Of course, we want to first say thank you to our gold sponsor, Dominica Olympic Committee, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited. Of course, we have some silver sponsors, HHV Will Church and Company Limited, other sponsors, Marboyd, Bar, thank you, Ronald Charles and Associates, Lord Chambers. Special thanks, of course, to the Dominica Police Force, the Traffic Department, and of course our bike man today. We appreciate the police escort today. Red Cross, thank you for a wonderful job. All right, great work from the Red Cross. Our volunteers, Kyrie FM, and of course our scouts, the St. Alphonsus Scout Troop. You know, lovely young people working extremely hard and volunteering. And one day they will see and bear the fruits of volunteerism. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let us get straight into it. In the masters category, in first position, please put your hands together for the man, Levi Baron. He did it in 2 hours and 10 minutes. Put your hands together for the man, Levi Baron. And of course, in second position is yours truly, Ronald Charles, in 2 hours and 12 minutes. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're continuing our prize giving ceremony. And of course, we now go to juniors. As you can see, the juniors and the under 23, together with the master, Levi Baron, dominated the race for almost an hour and 30 minutes. And again, compliments to our 2 young athletes, that is Stephen Carbon and Ross Semper. You know, the training, you know, is working out nicely. So all I would say to them is keep training, and keep your heads up. Of course, not forgetting, you know, our other athletes. All right, Kobinski, the bike had the problem, but don't worry, he'll be back. And of course, for sure, Gitson, you know, he had some issues, but I'm sure they will be back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in the junior category, please put your hands together for the man, Ross Semper. Ross Semper, congratulations, young man. Very, very good. All right. Oh, yeah, the photographs, Mr. Scotland, I hope we can get those photographs. All right. Okay. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in the under 23 category / elite, in second position. No? Oh, they didn't make it. Okay, good. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the sole rider, the man himself who dominated the pack. Put your hands together for the man, Stefan Carbon. Lovely race. Hard work pays off, you know. Lovely race this year. Carbon, excellent. Keep the spirit up. Keep the head up. All right, excellent. Thank you, Mr. Carbon. All right, and ladies and gentlemen, the other contestants did not, or not contestants, but athletes did not finish. I do apologize. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, we want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to the Dominica Olympic Committee, Josephine Gabriel and Company Limited, HHV Will Church and Company Limited, other sponsors, of course, Marboyd's Bar. Without Marboyd, we cannot really, it's very difficult to host a cycling event. So we want to say thank you, Marboyd, Ronald Charles and Associate, Lord Chambers. Special thanks, of course, to the Dominica Police Force, our bike man. Thank you so much, and the Traffic Department. Of course, thank you for coordinating and assisting us to do the race. Red Cross, wonderful job from the Red Cross, excellent. All the volunteers, all right. Kyrie FM, thank you so much. And our Scout St. Alphonsus Scout Troop. Thank you, everyone, and so long, everybody, and bye-bye. just ask when for the next race.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be doing all that kind of work here. Yeah, that's why
What big activity you have next week on Sunday? You have some the boat race.
Yeah, and then have the bike press.
All of them is next week. Okay, so yeah. Yeah. Well, yes, again, I want to continuously thank those who support the event and the race today. The race was a very good one after, as you know, that we were overseas. We had a break for about 2 weeks. I really want to compliment the two young athletes who came from overseas. When they were training in Trinidad, that is Stephen Carbon and Ross Semper, and they were away for about 11 days in the UCI Satellite Training School for cycling. And you can see the difference. Carbon dominated the race, and of course, Ross Semper coming just after him as a junior. So we really like to see that. We just want to tell them to continue and remain focused on their training, because it's only the training that is going to make you make it through. Cycling is a consistent sport. It's not something you can just leave and come back and leave and come back. All right, so all in all, it was a fantastic race. The support team, it was excellent, and today was a good day. In terms of the other race, let me just inform the general public that there are some activities scheduled for next week and the week after. I believe it will be Breakfast Fest, and of course it will be some other activity. So we are, as you know, we put safety first. So because the roads will be extremely busy and transport will be traversing from one end to the next, and the Dominica will be busy with a lot of visitors, we will not have races. So it will be a non-subsequent to today's event. All right? Oh, right.
your son, Coaf Baron is out training now.
Yes. Well, yes, Coaf is scheduled to participate in the 2026 UCI World Championships. That would be held in Canada, Montreal, Canada, sometime between the 18th and the 23rd of September, thereabout. And Coaf is out there doing his training and being prepared for this race. Mark you, this race is really professionals that are there. You're talking about 150 miles. 150 miles race. So it's going to be tough, but I believe the exposure is good for Mr. Baron. And, in time to come, we're hoping to build a very good team. And, of course, step by step, bit by bit, we will get there.
Another thing, do you have any plans to bring in more youngsters into the cycling? I find the population is kind of dwindling, and I need to see improvement in participation, especially the young people in Dominica.
Well, there are two reasons for that. The thing is that what we have been asking for and what we would like to get is an area where we can get the young kids, that is, those that are between 10 and 5, to be able to go and do their little thing and practice and so forth. Because, we cannot use the main roads. It is just too dangerous. So that is one of the things that we are working on. We're also doing the little cycling festivals. We normally use the Bayfront. We'll be having a few for August. Right? We'll be having a few Kiddies Fest Cycling Festival down at the Bayfront area. But one of the question, to answer your question, we will be and we are looking at the primary schools and secondary schools. We're actually going to be targeting specifically the secondary school for us to have the secondary school races and so forth, so more young people can get involved, because cycling in itself is not it's a very expensive sport. You know, some bikes can be very expensive. You know, we do not have a bike store in Dominica, you know.
But what are the opportunities that there for young people in cycling?
There are lots of opportunities. For matter of fact, the opportunities, especially for young women, is wide. You know, in terms of they could go training, they could become professionals, and being part of a team, for example, internationally can be very lucrative for persons, you know, joining cycling and being part of it. Regionally too, it carries a good, you know, you can get good exposure from that. All right. So all in all, thanks, gentlemen. So long, and God bless.
We just hear in Ronald Charles, the president, giving us his views on terms of cycling and where he want to see it go in the future. So we're hoping to see a difference in the next 1 year or two in terms of the festivals, more people participating, so that we can get a better team of cyclists in Dominica. On behalf of Anthony Scotland, you had Mosiah, the cameraman, and Bruno, our chief technician, and Steve, the manager, and doing his thing as the chauffeur and what they call him, a Goffy, really making this thing happen here today. I wishing you a very, very productive day and a good weekend.